Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. First, I'm going to take you guys on a little journey before we make these salted caramel mocha cupcakes. Hello.
There you go.
Awesome, thank
Doing my
you.
best not to be.
Let's get straight into the recipe. All right, guys, so we're going to start with our dry ingredients. So we have a cup and a half of flour and 1 cup of sugar. And we are going to combine all of our dry ingredients in the bowl together before we add the wet ingredients. So we have a fourth a cup of cocoa powder. And in the same bowl, I just put a half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and that's what I'm adding now. And then after that, we're just going to, of course, give it a great mix. We're going to combine everything so we don't have any patches of salt or patches of cocoa powder, so everything is nice and even and smooth. After we do this, we're going to add our wet ingredients to the recipe, of course. That's going to consist of a fourth a cup plus 1/8 of a cup of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of coffee extract. That's what we're adding in now. Once we go ahead and add all of the wet ingredients, we want to make sure that we, of course, mix it again. But very, 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 very important, the salted caramel mocha, and we're going to add a cup, okay? So you can enjoy the rest for yourself. Okay, I also want to give you guys a couple of tips, okay, while we're combining everything. And really, you don't need any fancy mixer or anything like that. A simple whisk and a little bit of patience will get the job done. But you definitely want to make sure that your coffee is cold, okay? So you want to get it prior to your recipe, so this way you have time to put it in the refrigerator and it gets completely cold. Now, we don't have any eggs in here. We don't have any baking powder. So in case you're curious, how this is going to rise is simple. It's just like our science projects back in the day. The baking soda and the vinegar are going to combine, and they are going to raise, per se, they're going to leaven the cupcakes. So that's where the cupcakes are going to get their nice fluffy pillow top from. We're just going to mix it until it's nice and smooth. Make sure you scrape down the bowl, get all the ingredients in there and mix it until it's well combined. I have this handy dandy scoop, you guys. You can find it at Walmart, anywhere. But if you don't have this, literally it's just 2.5 tablespoons, okay? So you're going to fill all of your muffin tins up, and you're going to bake it on 350 degrees for roughly 15 to 17 minutes. You're going to know it's done when you insert the toothpick and it comes out completely clean. You're going to allow the cupcakes to cool. Take them out the pan, put them on the rack, let them cool, and we're going to start the frosting. The frosting is just a simple salted caramel frosting. I just get this caramel from the sundae department by the ice cream in the supermarket, and I'll list the ingredients as well so you guys can have them. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our butter. Okay, the butter has to be room temperature, and we're going to start mixing it. Don't make the mistake by being impatient and throwing all of your frosting ingredients into your mixer. It's definitely not going to work, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to mix the butter until it is nice and light and fluffy. So what we're doing here is just a technique. We're incorporating a little bit of air, okay? So we just want to whip it, and we're going to start adding in the caramel. And we're going to combine these two. So this is the base of our frosting. After everything is nice and combined, and we're just whipping a little more air into this, we're going to add our powdered sugar that I listed on the screen previously, and a half a cup of your heavy cream. It's listed that you do need a whole cup of heavy cream, but you want to add it as necessary. Some days are more humid, some days are not. So you just want to add it until you get the perfect consistency. I've already added a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of coffee extract, as well as my salt to this. So we're just going to mix it up, and we're just going to allow it to, come together. And as I'm noticing, of course, it's not the right texture. So we're just going to go ahead and add in the rest of the heavy cream, and we're just literally going to whip it. We're going to whip it until it gets the consistency of a nice and smooth frosting. It doesn't take long at all, guys. Once you add the right amount of cream that dissolves that powdered sugar, literally it takes seconds, okay? It's very important when making frosting that you stop your mixer or your handheld mixer, whatever you're using, and make sure you scrape down the bowls. The butter likes to hide out on the edges of the bowl, so make sure you bring everything into the party. Okay, again, it's really super simple. Your frosting should be stiff, but it's very soft and still very pillowy as far as the texture goes. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to put a tip in as well as fill your pastry bag. So you need a glass, you need a knife, a pastry bag, a scooper, and of course whatever tip you want to use. I just decided to use this one because it reminds me of the whipped cream on my coffee at Starbucks. Completely up to you. We want to definitely throw the tip in the bag. Don't throw it, guys, just place it. Just put it in the bag until it doesn't can't go any further. We're going to take our knife and we're literally going to cut around the bottom of the tip, and the bag should just come off. Yep. Perfect. And then once we do that, you guys, we want to put the bag in the glass. If you were wondering what the glass is for, it's literally your third hand. Okay, it's going to hold the bag for you. Just put it in there, and you just of course put the sides of the bag over the edges so that you're able to fill it. And then this way, all you have to do is just scoop your frosting into your bag. It's super simple. Once you get that done, we just want to make sure that we fill the bag up. Now you want to make sure that you leave some room at the top because we have to twist it in order to get the right amount of pressure in the bag. So this is about how far I filled mine up, and if you have to refill it, guys, it's totally okay. But you definitely want to make sure that you squeeze the frosting down to the bottom, and at the very top we're going to twist. We're going to twist as many times as we can without the frosting coming out the bottom of the tip. That's just going to cause the right amount of pressure, so this way you can squeeze it accordingly. I'll slow this part down for you guys. It's really, again, super simple, but it's so cute. You're going to start in the middle with a nice squeeze of frosting, and you're going to take your frosting and your tip around the dollop that you made in the middle. That's your bottom layer. We're going to do 3 layers here of the little swirl. We're going to raise our tip up slightly once we get to the beginning point, go around again, and then once again raise the tip up slightly. So however many times you go around is how many layers you're going to get. You're going to actually put the tip down a little bit, pull up real fast, and that's what gets that super cute peak at the top. So what we're going to do is we're just going to frost the rest of our cupcakes. And honestly, guys, once you get going with this, it's totally relaxing. It's so therapeutic, just completing each one of these little cute little cupcakes. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, cool. But just go ahead and make sure that you frost all of your cupcakes. Again, make sure your cupcakes are super cool. They're not warm at all because the frosting will melt off. And we're just going to drizzle the cupcakes with the same caramel that we used in the frosting. And we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this until all of the cupcakes are covered in the caramel swirl. And what I did is I actually have a straw from Starbucks, and I cut it into cute little pieces. Literally, this idea came to me spur of the moment. Let's just make these literally coffee cups. Okay, so we're just cutting them, and we're gonna put the little straw sticking out like we're about to drink this cupcake. And I think this is the cutest freaking thing I've ever seen. Previously what I did was I ordered some cute little cupcake wraps. Next what we're gonna do, oh, they even put our name on, you guys, so cute. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna finish these off just like they do at Starbucks. We're gonna sprinkle them with a little sea salt, and literally that's all there is to it, you guys. You guys just made salted caramel mocha cupcakes, and as my grandma would say, finger licking time. Love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll see you next time.